Hello and welcome, and this time in automation, we're going to be making a pickup truck. Now, obviously, we're going to be beating BeamNG's D-Series with our own creation and automation, and well, there's not really much things that are, boxy and blocky enough for this. Actually, this might work. I believe this should suffice. Well, actually, pickups are American. I believe that should sound the part. So we're going to use steel, because it's American. Everything's made out of steel. Ladder chassis. The frame's made out of steel as well. That don't look like a ladder chassis. But for all longitudinal, coils, leaves, just all your normal stuff you find on a pickup truck. Now, I think for the motor, I might have one. No, I got inline sixes, which ain't right. Nope, that's too new. That's from the 70s. Well, actually, 70s would fit, but I don't think I got nothing. Well, that's a shame. I don't want to use the inline six. Well, I guess we're making a new motor. 80s, American, typical stuff you'd find. Name it something, well, D-Series. Sounds good enough. So I guess right here, big old push rod V8, all the typical stuff, and gonna customize it just a little bit, make it red. Red valve covers. That's how you know it's fancy. Actually, I might paint the block brown. I may paint the block red too. Or maybe orange like a Dodge. Or blue like a Ford. But yeah, this baby got, how much is that? 375 horsepower, 400 some pound-feet of torque. I'd say that's pretty good. Let's see this. Pull this thing. Let's see what it sounds like. Now that must be a sounding error, recording error or something. Sounds like popcorn. No matter. Alright, see, single cab, 8-foot box. How a truck should be. Look at that. That's beautiful. Alright, 4-wheel drive, manual transmission. It's got to be right, proper 80s pickup truck. It's the only way. Manual lockers, just like my F-150. But yeah, radials, probably going to go radials. I don't know if all-terrain or utility. I think all-terrain would be work bit better. Look at those. Those tires are too small. We need some big, chunky off-road tires. But not well, I mean, could use chunky off-road tires, but I think all-terrains will work, but well, better on the road anyway. Now this looks like a proper truck right here. Two-tone, that looks good. Actually, I think I might change these steel wheels. See what other choices we got here. Alright, now my F-150 had wheels like this, and that's nice. What tougher name than Robert T1? Actually, no, that movie is from '93. I don't know. I think I should move here. You know what? I ain't gonna bother with no more. I'm proud to say I've spent way too long working on this doggone truck right here. Whew. About 3 or 4 hours on it, and designing was pain. But finally, it's exported right into BeamNG.drive. Whew, finally. Now let's go test this thing against the D-Series. And right here we got the two lines side by side. Both are exact same. V8 4-wheel drive, manual, single cab, 8-foot box. The T1000 looks a bit bigger though. I don't know about that. I mean, no, lengthwise it's actually pretty much the same, but it's a lot taller, and the T1000 is a bit skinnier, I think. There's a little bit size difference. But hey, some people like size difference. I ain't gonna judge them. But we're gonna get right into testing. So we're gonna do first off-road test, then we're gonna do a drag race, then we're gonna do a towing race, and I think what was the last one? Off-road too. We're gonna do this is the first one. Okay, a little too close right there. A little first portion off-road, and then we're gonna do some more extreme stuff later on. But this truck, T1000, real good truck. 375 horsepower right to the wheels. No, it's actually, it's to the crank, so it's probably like 300 to the wheels, but no matter. I mean, nice, soft, boaty suspension, which probably isn't good for a truck, but it's good for off-road. Kinda, I think that. Well, I ain't an expert on suspension. I'm kind of an amateur on that part, but look at that. Oh, could use a bit better turning radius. It actually seems pretty good enough, but, you know. Look at this thing move. I mean, it fits right on this trail. It fits. Look at that. That's beautiful. Wheels didn't come out the way I thought they would, but otherwise that. And you can actually see the chassis poking through the bed, but you know what? I ain't gonna worry about that. I didn't even put an interior on this thing because I already spent 4 hours designing it. Designing a truck is harder than you'd think, y'all. But yeah. No, what else am I supposed to say? This part of the video is like 8 minutes long. I believe this I think this portion's called the Dead Man's Loop. I don't know why. It's not that dangerous. I could probably take a Corolla down this road because it's not that bad. Actually, there's a couple spots that are pretty bad, and this is one of them right here. Like half the road's going down there, which is pretty bad. And then up there, there's a couple divots, whatnot, that if you got a real low suspension, consider your oil pan gone. Look at that. Just dipped right down. But if you got big old wheels like this thing's got like 33-inch tires on it. Actually, I should have made it look like my old truck. I had an 89 F-150. 302, 4-speed overdrive, 4-wheel drive, with 33s on it. Actually, I might have had 35s. Because the tires were rubbing up against fenders a little bit, so it probably did have some 35s. I think I got a picture of it. I'll flash it up on screen right. Something there. It's probably fine. I don't know, might have bent a tie rod or something. Hope. I consider that pretty detrimental. This ain't no Chevy. These tie rods are strong as steel. Unlike GM's made out of plastic. I believe the best thing about this Dead Man's Loop, you can't go too fast on it, but you gotta go pretty smoothly around there, especially on those divots right there. It'll knock a wheel off. I've ran through this trail right here way too many times, and stuff that shouldn't be off-roaded. Through a scintilla down this, or skintilla. The new Savetta, the Savetta supercar. Y'all know what it is. Play BeamNG, that is. If you don't know what it is, you should have BeamNG. You should know. Otherwise, we're done. And I just flashed the time up on the screen. I don't remember what time it is. Hold on, let me check. Well, there's no damages, which I'd say that's pretty doggone good. Look at that. All the lights are working. Actually, I think the bumper's damaged a little bit, but no matter. Everything's working. Drive right home. Now it's time for the D-Series. Now this one might have a little bit of a disadvantage because it is a little bit lower to the ground, but the suspension on the D-Series is a lot stiffer than the one on the T1000. So, and obviously, the BeamNG D-Series is one of the more accurate. It's one of the better vehicles, BeamNG. It's really accurate to real life. I mean, to tell you that right now, it is one of my favorites. It's a little bit outdated though. Probably use another update. I know. They already had an update for the D-Series, but I'm saying a little bit of a refresh could go a long way. But this thing just, it moves real nice. It goes over everything real quick. I think this one has a small V8 in it. It's got the 4.5 liter, which is not my favorite. I prefer the 6.9 because that's a big one. Big ones are always good. But the 5.5 works just fine. Alright, 5.5 is a lot. No, 4.5, that's a little bit of disappointment. But 6.9 is just too much for some people, you know? 6.9, that's just way too much. And 5.5 is just fine. Just fine, normal, right in the middle, real good. We're talking about engine size, not inches. Alright, y'all. I know what you're thinking. And totally ignore my bad driving. But yeah, this thing works just fine. I mean, you could beat the D-Series up pretty good. It'll keep running as long as you don't break the tie rods or something like that. I don't know. Look at this thing. It just moves just fine. I like the D-Series. Actually, D-Series was the default, well, my default for a while until I changed it over to a Pesma. But you know, that's just fine. D-Series is the default truck of BeamNG, and it will always be the default truck. Actually, this is the default truck right here, except the only difference is I put Meteor tires on it. But yeah, there shouldn't be no difference with this one and any other D-Series. That's the default truck, besides the tires and the manual transmission that's in it. But it's only to be equal to T1000. Otherwise, that completely bone stock. I'm a scientific man. I'm gonna make sure all my test results are A-OK, fair and square. Otherwise, this is a pretty good run. Despite running into a rock, but you can ignore that part. Otherwise, it's going pretty nice and smoothly. I'll tell you that right now. Not too okay. Well, yeah, nice and smoothly until I go and hit another rock. But not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm just a mediocre driver, all right. Yeah, no, the suspension is a bit stiffer than I'd like on the D-Series and the Roamer, which is, why it keeps on bouncing around. But, oh, we're at the end. Oh, look at that. I believe, power right through on there. But I believe, time for this one's 2:51 versus the T1000, which did in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So it's a bit slower, but, ooh, a lot more damage. But now we're on to something a bit more interesting. We're doing drag racing. Good old American style drag racing right down on the public road. But don't worry, nobody else exists in this world besides these two trucks right here. So it's all fine. Let me just do my own way here where I pause it and unpause it. Real good. And D-Series, oh, okay, gets a real solid start right there. Come up to third, but the T1000's catching up. Comes right past it. Must be at 275 horsepower. And there it goes. Okay, it's coming off. Alright then. Over there you go. Racing your wheels now. Otherwise that, it should be fine. Alright, so this is the towing test, and it is as equal and solid as you can get. They're both hooked up to these big old enclosed cargo trailers. Both got piles of wood in the back. Both are the same piles of wood, if you're wondering, 400 kilograms. Both trailers. It's going to be fair and square, and just get these trucks down the road. I do notice the T1000 is squatting a lot. That's a lot of squat right there. You should put some airbags in the back. Get rid of your squat. But yeah, they're going to go up this mountain road all the way up, right up here to the Utah sign. And once they cross that Utah sign, they're done. That's how it goes. All right, first up is a T1000. Let's get this sucker down on the road. Otherwise, that should be fine. Off we go. A lot of tires spinning, burning rubber right there. Oh. Well, that's a... Yeah, the T1000 should have a lot more stiffer suspension than I put on there, because that is a lot of squat. You're basically dragging the rear bumper on the ground right there. Should be fine, though. I mean, it's going up the road. Okay, well, it just lost the fender, but that's fine. It's called aerodynamics. It's lighter weight. Going faster now. We're doing 35 miles an hour. It's pretty doggone fast. Oh, I gotta get this corner right up here, but otherwise that should be just A-okay. I actually turn on my timer this time, so I wouldn't know what time this thing goes. But yeah, I think it's going pretty solid. It's just staying in first gear there. Kind of bobbed out in second, but yeah, it's just fine. This thing is moving up just all over the road. It's actually surprisingly hard to drive this truck with a trailer on it because the suspension's just so soft. So soft. Getting around these corners here, there's a mine right there. Mines are pretty cool. If you have BeamNG, you should go through those mines sometime. They're pretty interesting. Now we're just going up this final stretch right here. The big old concrete thing. I don't know how they built this thing. It's really weird concrete. Just a pathway, or that's actually a pathway. All right, it's a structure. And we're coming up here, and it should be 1 minute 34 seconds. Which is actually, well, I don't know if that's good or bad or not. It's the first time I've done this test. It's the first car to run the test. So, I think, look at that squat. The trailer's on the ground. I don't know how it's connected. Trailer's on the ground. But, yeah, I guess time for the D-Series now. We're going to see how the D-Series does. And off the line, a lot less action. It's not very exciting. No tires squealing. Pretty calm and boring. That's how you know it's good. Boring is best, as Ryan Reynolds says. But yeah, it's pretty solid. I think actually it might be going faster than might very well be going faster than T1000. I think the D-Series is still the best pickup truck though, because it's customizable. The T1000 isn't customizable at all. I don't think you can do anything with it. We're coming up here at 40 miles an hour, which is a whole 5 miles an hour faster than T1000. All right, like when it comes to racing, 5 miles an hour, that's a pole line. Like half a second, that's pole. And it's got truck's got a little bit of squat in it, but nowhere near as much as the T1000. I mean, the bumper's not on the ground, and the trailer's not putting holes in the tarmac, so it should be pretty much fine. We're coming around here, actually going quite a bit faster than the T1000. This thing, I mean, it might be the transmission or something, because I'm pretty sure the T1000 is more power, but we're coming in the final stretch up here, up the weird concrete bypass, whatever these things are. I don't know what this is. It's a bridge, I think. Pretty good view, though. And we're coming across here at 1 minute 24. That's almost 10 seconds faster. And look at it. It's not dragging on the ground. Well, all right. Fine. Okay, then. That's just fine. All right, surprise test. Off the cliff you go. Just disintegrated. Okay, well, it's not so bad. We're still attached somehow. I'll just detach that real quick. You don't need that. Engine oil's critically low. Yeah, just into a tree. This thing still drive? This thing does still drive. Look at that. Can't kill a D-Series now, can you? It's like a Ford truck. Can't kill it. Okay, well, it's a little bit stuck. But yeah, look at that. Look at that. You can't kill this thing. Off down you go. See how far this thing moves. Okay, well, there goes the front bumper. Yeah, well. Off you go down the road. Well, this ain't a road. This is a mountainside. Okay. Oh, there goes the drive shaft. I think it's done. Yeah, and it's upside down. Nope, I don't think it's moving after that. Yep. And other tests. Hey, look at that. Oh, you can see the spare tire I put in there, which serves no purpose. You don't need a spare tire with this thing. The wheels just come right off. Seriously. One thing with automation cars is the wheels like coming off. Look at that. Barely touched it. Wheels gone already. That didn't happen with D-Series, and now we're stuck. Well, alright, next test. Going right into the off-roading portion, which is probably my favorite. I love off-roading. And this time we're going to have D-Series go first because, well, the T1000's gone first in basically every other aspect. So, oh well. You're just going to get it right up on there. And, okay, not off to a great start. I already hit a tree. One of those Utah trees are confusing. Half of them you can crash into, half of them you just drive through. It makes no sense whatsoever. I have no idea how that works. I don't know. I think this actually hitting that tree might have had the steering go off a little bit because this thing ain't steering like it used to. Okay, yep, no, don't hit the wall because the tie rod's broken. Okay, try to get up here. Manual blockers. Actually, I don't think this thing doesn't have slip differentials, does it? I don't believe so. It's not like the T1000. You can see, yeah, it's getting hung up on the middle there. Yeah. All right, let's try with the T1000. A little bit extra ground clearance might really help here. If this thing would stop. Okay, if this thing would stop stalling. This thing with automation. Worst thing, actually, they're all the automation imports. They're not perfect, but you can see it keeps on stalling. One of the few weaknesses with the automation imports is that the transmissions that they put in from the transmission throws terrible. I mean, the ones they get in from automation, the ones they import at least, they're always just slush boxes in. And I mean, at this point, it'd probably be pretty realistic for a 90s, 80s, 90s pickup to be a complete slush box when it comes to the transmission. That is pretty accurate, I will say. Actually, I think we'll go up this one first. This one seems easier. It might be. Low gear, everything's locked. And that's not working. Okay, well, it might be traction. I think for this one it's traction, because these wheels, the wheels on this thing, I mean, they're all-terrain wheels, so they should be all right when it comes to actual not tarmac, but these things are slidey, so I don't know, that ain't work. So I just go to the other one. It's complete transmissions. Why is it in third gear? Just jump up there. Come on. Oh, come on. No, you don't want to go up there. Keep on stalling. Please stop stalling. I beg of you. No? Alright. One thing about automation, they don't crash good, half of them don't even look good, and the transmissions are always terrible, and you can't customize them. I guess we'll try the D-Series. This is like, just ignore the fact it's a little beaten up. I might have tried taking this hill a couple of times now. Come on. Get up there. Come on, D-Series. D15. Come on. But there. Oh, almost there. Just one last push. There. Come on. Hop up there. Hop. Come on. There you go. Look at that. D-Series made it. Well, did it first. Look at that. Slightly damaged. And I might have stole the bumper off of it from the T1000. Kind of ate the D-Series bumpers. But, you know, that's none of my concern. Just trying to gung-ho the thing up here. Realistic transmission, because the automation one's terrible. And oh, there goes another bumper. Did I eat both of the bumpers? Something just fell off. I don't know. Yeah, just get the bumper out of your mouth there, and it should be just fine. Now we're just gonna gung-ho our way up this hill. Come on, there you go. Getting it up there. Almost. Come on. Grab a little bit of traction. Come on. Junky old tires on this thing. I wish you could put normal tires on automation mod. Those always fall off. So come on, we're just kind of stuck with this. It's gonna, come on. I mean, it'll bounce up there eventually. The D-Series bounced up there. This thing will bounce up there too. I reckon you it will. Come on. Almost there. There you go. Nope, that's not it. Alright. Wait. Are you kidding me? Come on. Oh, look at that. You can actually customize the vehicle. Well, the color, at least. Look at that. I can have any other two-tone that I wanted. I have white on red and a maroon, burgundy. Well, I guess that concludes the video. No, you can't make an automation truck that's better than D-Series. D-Series wins 4-0. But, well, I guess that's it. If you want to support me, go to the link down below. Buy me a coffee. I got memberships as well. $1. One singular dollar. All the behind-the-scenes content you want. Hopefully you subscribe for more, because this has been Wang Automotive, and I will see you in the next video.